guys, and welcome back. Well, ever since Diana Ross hit the scene in the early 60s, she's become quite an icon. And, last week she surprised Beyonce, another icon of today, and she did a little skit with her Love Hangover, and she wished Beyonce happy birthday, happy 42nd birthday. But from Diana Ross' voice to her personality and style, it's easy to see why the 79-year-old has cemented herself as one of the greatest performers of all times. Now, whether she was belting out chart-topping singles with the Supremes to venturing out on her own, her successful solo career, and starring in movies like Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany, The Wiz, which I didn't like The Wiz. And I thought Diana shouldn't have done The Wiz. She was too old to be Dorothy. But there's no question that Diana Ross is a force. Now, in honor of a legendary career, I went back and I'm looking back at her early days with the Supremes when they were called the Primettes. Yes, yes. To her memorable duet album with Marvin Gaye and beyond. All right. And I found some pictures of Diana Ross. Now, her early 1960s, and she was posing with the Supremes. Now, this is the first lineup of the Supremes. That was with Mary Wilson and Flo Ballard. Yeah. Now, as mentioned, the group was originally known as the Primettes and was founded in Detroit in 1959. Now, it consisted of Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, Betty McGowan, and Florence Ballard were the four founding members. They were the four founding members. Now, McGowan left after getting engaged, and she was replaced by Barbara Martin, who also parted ways before they hit success. And, I have to say this, Florence Ballard is the one who really founded the group. And that's where all the animosity grew, as the Supremes took off. Diana Ross was cast as the singer and just put out there where Flo felt like, okay, I'm the one who made this happen. I'm the one who formed the group. And it was a lot of animosity between her and Florence, and later on, as you know. Now, this is I don't want to get ahead of myself, but as I was saying, later on, they put Florence out the group and replaced her. hmm But this is the early 60s, and they were getting ready backstage to perform. And Barry Gordy, hey, groups are nothing like this now. They had to go through strenuous etiquettes. They had to learn how to eat. They had to learn how to talk. They had to learn their moves, their dance moves, all of that, and which, they don't do that these days. Now, also, these are some early 60s pictures of them on stage. And they had their little green frocks with beaded hems, sparkly, and matching heels. I tell you, they were elegant. I tell you, all the way class act. Yes, and I love this photo. Now, they said this photo was taken in 1962 in New York City. And it features Ballard and Wilson along with Diana Ross in New York City. And it was around this time that the group released their debut album, Meet the Supremes. Yes, yes, yes. Now, this next picture was taken in 1964, and it was a portrait session. The trio went with a softer pink and a white cardigan set for this photo shoot in 1964. Now, between 1964 and 1969, the group managed to record and release 12 number one hits that fans couldn't get enough of. Yeah. Now, this one with Miss Ross was taken in 1968 at EMI Records. Now, she sported a white turtleneck, round glasses, silk scarf, and a statement necklace. She struck a pose when she stopped by the EMI record headquarters. Yeah. Now, this one I thought was very cute. Now, you might have seen these other photos, but I don't think nobody's seen this one too tough. This was taken in 1969 at GIT on Broadway. Diana Ross starred in GIT on Broadway with the Supremes and the Temptations. Now, during the television special, the two groups performed various songs and acted in comedy sketches inspired by Broadway and Hollywood. Look at Miss Ross. Yeah. Now, this was taken, we going on up in the year 1970. This was Diana's solo career. Shortly after Diana Ross launched her solo career, her first single was Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, did I tell you I love the Supremes? I love Diana Ross. Yeah. Now, this one was taken in 1972. Ross took to the big screen in Lady Sings the Blues, a film about Billie Holiday's life. It was one of her first movie roles. Yes. Now, this picture is the iconic Diana Ross in 1973 in London. Yeah. She went across the pond to London in 1973, and around the same time she released several studio albums such as Touch Me in the Morning, Last Time I Saw Him, and did a duet album with Marvin Gaye entitled Diana and Marvin. Now, behind scenes, they said it was a disaster in the studio. They said that Marvin was lighting up joints. Yes, wasn't called wood and chronic and all that back then. It was a joint. So Marvin Gaye was lighting up joints during the sessions, which drove Diana crazy because she was pregnant with, I believe, her first child then. And it was just, kind of chaotic. But they made it on through. Now, this picture was taken in 1974 at Radio City Music Hall. Yeah. Now, she had on her feathered gown. She also went on to star as Tracy Chambers in the hit film Mahogany. Yeah, I remember Mahogany. I was just a little girl. I was just a little baby, but I remember Mahogany. It was a film about a blossoming fashion designer. Now, this was a year later after she took this, so that came out in 75. Yeah. Well, thank you for just going down memory lane with me with Diana Ross and the Supremes. I can't not talk about Diana Ross without talking about, how she helped pave the way. Not only her, but others helped pave the way for Beyonce and all of the great singers today. They had to, it was, all we saw was the glamour, but it wasn't all so glamorous when they, back then in the 60s, they had to, and the 50s, they had to, they couldn't eat at restaurants, they couldn't sleep at the hotels, they had to find black-only hotels. Whenever they played, they had to go in the back door, they had to go through the kitchen. So it wasn't all glamour, but that's what we saw. And like I said, it paved the way for the rights today. So kudos to the entertainers that came before us to give entertainers today this platform that they have. And kudos to Diana Ross, because she is and was an icon. And we love you, Diana. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so very much for watching my video. Hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, in parting, be blessed, y'all.